In 1953, Invaders from Mars arrived in theaters during the height of America's science fiction boom. Filled with alien invasions, paranoia, and surreal imagery, the film would go on to become one of the most unusual sci-fi movies of the 1950s. Now, more than 70 years later, surviving original one-sheets like this one are still highly recognizable for their dramatic artwork and unmistakable style. The film follows a young boy who witnesses a flying saucer land behind his home before slowly realizing the people around him are beginning to change. Teachers, police officers, and even his own parents suddenly begin behaving strangely after visiting the mysterious landing site. By the early 1950s, America had become fascinated with flying saucers and extraterrestrial life. At the same time, Cold War tensions and fears surrounding nuclear war were rapidly shaping American culture. Science fiction films increasingly reflected those anxieties through stories of invasion, paranoia, and loss of control. Instead of focusing entirely on giant monsters or large-scale destruction, Invaders from Mars leaned heavily into psychological fear and the idea that the people closest to you could suddenly become unfamiliar. That paranoia helped separate the film from many other science fiction movies of its era. The film became especially memorable for its surreal visual style. Dramatic lighting, exaggerated set designs, and vivid color gave the movie an intentionally dreamlike quality. Because much of the story unfolds through the perspective of a child, the world of the film often feels distorted and unsettling. Movie posters of the 1950s were designed to stop audiences in their tracks. Bold typography, dramatic colors, giant alien figures, and scenes of chaos were all used to compete for attention outside theaters and drive-ins. In many cases, the artwork promised even more spectacle than the films themselves. More than 70 years later, Invaders from Mars remains one of the most visually recognizable science fiction films of the atomic age. And original posters like this one continue preserving a small piece of that era's imagination, fear, and fascination with life beyond Earth.